kind of shifted my entire mindset about what testing means.
Each time I'm an instructor in a class, I learn more.
Hello, everyone. So I'm Ru.
I'm Christian.
So I'm Oana.
Especially showing me that it's okay to think differently. The first question is to answer, why are we here? So the idea is to talk a little bit about the BBST classes and talk a little bit about how it's different from other courses in terms of teaching, what different approaches to teaching online classes might be. And from there on, we will see wherever we will end up. We don't know yet. So let's see, but probably the very first thing we should do is to introduce ourselves a little bit, just to let you know who we are. And I don't know, in my top left corner, it's Ru. So maybe would you like to start?
Sure. Hello, everyone. So I'm Ru. I currently work for Altom, and I've been working in testing for over 20 years. A lot of those years have been on kind of testing mobile apps, doing automation, and recently also doing a lot of testing around games and mobile games in particular. So I've been an instructor for the BBST series that we are talking about today for, I think it's around 10 years or something like this, a bit over 10 years already. And BBST is one of the courses that Altom offers in terms of software testing training. And my colleague Oana is also here with me, also from Altom. I'll let you introduce yourself, Oana.
Okay, thank you, Ru. So I'm Oana. I'm one of the managing partners, and I'm also a software tester. And I've been doing this for many years, and I still do it. So I still test. I worked on various projects, from exploratory testing to automation, performance testing projects, and for the, I think, 5 years now, I've also been a BBST instructor, and I've started working together with Ru and some other colleagues on extending the materials and the content for the courses. So yeah, that's me.
Christian, how about you?
Well, yeah, let me say a few words about myself. I'm Christian. I'm not from Altom, as you can see at the top of the screen from my logo. I'm from Oose, and I've been working in the field of testing for almost 20 years now. I started out with not with software testing, but with testing physical stuff like chairs and mattresses. But I've switched to software testing very, very quickly then. And I liked it so much that I really never left. So I've been doing software testing for 15 years now, different roles, tester, test manager, head of department, all those kind of things. And I've also been doing a lot of stuff, a lot of roles in different roles, evolving around agility, product owner, agile coach, those kind of things. And for the last 4 years, I'm doing what I really like doing, and that is talking about things. So I've been a teacher for software testing and agility at Oose for, it's really exactly 4 years now. So that's what I've been doing. And yeah, one of the things that we recently also added to our portfolio is BBST, and that's really the reason why we are here. But I think before we delve into what it is, maybe we should talk about what does BBST stand for.
Yeah, I can start a little bit with some details about BBST, and then we can build on that. So BBST comes from Black Box Software Testing, and it's a series of courses. Right now we have 4 courses in this series, starting with BBST Foundations, Bug Advocacy, Test Design, and Domain Testing. The courses were initially taught and developed and taught by Cem Kaner. At one point, he started doing that at Florida Institute of Technology, and then there he worked also on transforming the course and expanding it into the online version. So it's close to what we see today. He did that together with Becky Fiedler, and based on a grant they had from the National Science Foundation. And starting from that point onward, the courses have also been offered as public courses, not only at the university level, but also for practitioners, for people that actually work in this field. And nowadays, the courses are adapted for the courses that we teach are adapted for this situation. So many of our participants to the classes are actually testers that are working or from other related fields like project management, product ownership, and so on, and programmers and so on. So that's the short story of the BBST.
To add a bit to that, so a few years ago we started Altom as a company, started working with Cem Kaner on offering the courses publicly also in Europe. I think Cem was mostly focused on the US market. And then a few years after that, we actually took over the brand, and this is why we are now the organizers of the courses and the ones that try to develop them further. I think also in the context of trying to develop it further, also in Europe, and in kind of trying to find partnerships with other training providers. We started working with Christian and with Oose, and I think maybe we can talk a little bit about how we each got in contact with BBST ourselves personally, and then how we got to wanting to have these courses organized publicly and be instructors for them ourselves. So at least for me, I think it was in 2011 that I first took the BBST Foundations course as a recommendation from a colleague, and I took it. Cem was organizing the first online versions of the courses in association with AST, which is the Association for Software Testing in the States. So I took the course through them online, and it was such an eye-opening experience for me that I immediately wanted to get involved with kind of understanding how we can make this more popular for other testers, because I had been working in testing for quite a few years when I took the foundations, which is supposed to kind of set the base of all of the concepts and everything that's needed for you to get started in testing. And even as an experienced practitioner, as I was at that time, I found the concepts and the way the course was taught and the concepts that we worked on so useful that kind of shifted my entire mindset about what testing means. So that was my introduction. How about
I can tell you a bit how I got in touch with the courses. So I first downloaded the materials. I think that quite a few years before starting the collaboration with Cem, and I did not take the course from AST, but I went through the materials several times, and whenever I needed, I just went back to the videos and the slides. And then I actually took the BBST Foundations class when we started collaborating with Cem. I think I was in the first class that we did together. So I was a student back then. And since then, I continued to be very interested in applying and also in teaching the classes, the courses, and I keep learning. So my first experience, like going through the materials, was just like one layer of understanding the material and applying it. And then each time when I took the class, I got considerably deeper with understanding and applying the concepts. And then each time I'm an instructor in a class, I learn more from the materials and the course itself. So what about you, Christian?
Yeah. Well, as I said, I didn't start out in software development and software testing, and so when I got into software testing here in Germany, you do those kind of standard certifications in terms of ICQB, and I did those, and I always wondered what else is out there, because I felt there was something missing, and I was out on Twitter where a lot of people were very active back then, and they were talking about other kind of classes to learn things from, and the one I stumbled upon was BBST. So I also did about 10 years ago, I think, my foundations with the Association for Software Testing, and it was for me really just an eye opener, because it was showing me different approaches, different things, and it was especially showing me that it's okay to think differently. And that was a very, very big thing for me, and that's why I really think that doing the BBST classes changed my approach to testing in a very positive way. And then when I went into teaching myself, we didn't have BBST, and that's really the reason why I then talked about some other people like Lalit, who's very involved with the topic, and we met at a local open space at a bar camp, and we talked about, hey, wouldn't it be awesome to have something about BBST in Germany as well, and that's how it all got started. And he connected me with Cem, and then Cem said, well, then talk to Altom, and here we are. And that was really our path into why we should be doing things together, and here we are now.
And I think it's nice. It's really great that we got to meet you, and that we will be working together. And I think what's interesting about our collaboration is that we will try to do something different from what you do as normal trainings, and how we do normal training. So it's going to be a new way of teaching BBST, with hopefully some really good added benefits to it. But before we go into those details, maybe if you want to tell a bit about how we talked about the trainings that we do, which are BBST trainings, but how about also what other kinds of trainings do you normally do?
Well, from a company point of view, we have a very broad portfolio, I think. We are doing a lot of things in terms of systems engineering, doing classes on for example, UML, software engineering, architecture. So it's a very broad field. New work, Scrum, and of course software testing. And our mainstay is doing short-term 1 week classes that end with a certification. And those classes, before pandemic, most of them were on-premise. Of course, the pandemic has changed a lot of things everywhere, and same goes for us. So we're doing online classes now as well. But those classes are live online classes, so that we just, like we're doing here now, we meet on Zoom or Teams or whatever, and talk about it. And most of our classes at the end have some kind of multiple choice certification examination, so that you get that kind of standardized certificate. Whatever that might be good for, but that's what we do, and that's what we are. Yeah, that's really the idea why I reached out, because I thought, wouldn't it be nice to have something else to get some additional stuff in there, and have some other kind of teaching approach in our portfolio as well, because I think the great thing that I experienced as a learner from the BBST classes was to really get into the topic for a longer time, for a few weeks, and I think that's a good idea to do also, and to have a combination maybe of both approaches, so to say.